We are recording. Let me set a timer.
Ah, yeah, we always forget about that.
We always do. I'm so proud of myself for doing it this time. Let's shoot for half an hour, and if it goes longer, it goes longer. You know. We are back. It has
Oh my
been
gosh.
it has been a long time since the last episode, and there's a couple reasons for that. One, we had an episode recorded.
Yeah.
Shelly fucked it up.
Okay, but we learned the mistakes, I think, hopefully.
We learned if this goes wrong, I'm downloading new software. Like maybe I'll record through OBS or something. I don't know. Whatever will fix it. But yes, it's been a hot minute. The episodes are coming back, hopefully bi-weekly like they originally were. I did want to do weekly, but we're also just like not interesting people. Like we don't go out and do a lot of interesting things. Like I'm in school, he's got a full-time job. Like interesting things come as they come.
Yeah, every so often, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we did just have the holidays, and there's probably a bunch of stuff that happened there.
Ooh, a lot of things happen. What about you? You start. You probably had a more eventful one. You hung out with your family and everything. How was that?
There was quite a bit. There was a lot more driving, and especially the weird part too is because usually in Canada we expect a lot of snow during the holiday season. But there was like nothing. It was like the warmest holiday I've ever had.
It's been barren. I will like it's still been cold. Like where you are, wasn't it's still getting to like -20, wasn't it?
No, man, it was like minus like 10 at most. Like this week it got to -20, but like during the holidays it was weird.
Celsius for you Americans.
Yeah, but so it made traveling pretty good, and so got to visit family, eat lots of food, all that good stuff. I discovered my uncle is a modern day alchemist, so that's kind of fun.
How does that work? You mean a pharmacist?
No, an alchemist, because he's making potions.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You say that like it makes sense. No, because we showed up for New Year's, and he's like, "Hey, y'all like potions?" And we were like, oh,
I just
yeah.
like imagine him like open his trench coat. Y'all like potions?
He sent me a message on Discord too. He was just like, "Hey, you like potions?" And I was like, sure." And he's like, "You don't sound too confident." And I'm like, "What?" But basically, what these things are is kind of like a snow globe. You put the like dyed water and like some powder and all that in there. So when you shake it up, it like swirls around and has some cool effects. And we also added like a wax seal and like some cool effects to it. But it looks like a fun little potion. You don't drink it though.
Why not?
You will die. There's not good stuff in there.
That's fair.
It is like drinking a snow globe. You aren't supposed to drink those.
Speaking of potions, I really like those like the cocktails that look cool. The cocktails that look cool when you drink them. Oh, those are my favorite type of cocktails.
Did I ever tell you about this one place I went to with the shuka shuka fries?
The what?
Shuka shuka fries. So I showed up, and then my friends were like, "Have you ever had the shuka shuka fries?" And I'm like, "I've never had shuka shuka fries." And so what it
you don't have to say it every time.
But it's so fun. They take the fries and then they put them in like a bag full of like the seasoning, and then they shuka shuka in front of you, and then they give it to you. And then they also had like some really cool cocktails. We saw some people next to us order this one. The servers brought it to the table, they put it in front of this guy, and then they like dropped it in, and then a big fire came out of it, and we were just like, what did he just order?
Good lord.
I want one of those.
That sounds terrifying. Like I want to say the coolest drink I've ever had was just like one where it was like they gave us like this it was like a blue drink. They gave it to us, and they just gave us a little thing. They're like, yeah, pour it in there. And I'm like, okay, pour it in there, and the whole thing just swirled around and turned purple. It was so cool. Tasted awful. It was a gross drink, but it was cool to look at.
I mean, I you don't drink a lot of tea, do you?
Tea? No. I'm sure one day I will. Like I didn't like coffee before, and now I do. I'm sure I'll like coffee one day.
You gotta work at a tea shop. I mean, isn't that how you came around to coffee? You just worked at a coffee place?
Well, it wasn't like I wasn't drinking coffee before I went to the coffee shop. I just wasn't drinking it as often. I would still like have it every once in a while. Tea, I don't know. Tea's just like, it's too herbal for me. Like I don't like like
Okay.
the herbal flavor. I mean, like I don't like the flavor of like green tea and everything like that. It's just like, it's not for me. Like I'd want something sweeter. Like I did recently, like I had a sip of somebody's chai latte before, and that actually
Yeah.
was really yummy.
Yeah, dude, I had so much sugar to mine. It's good. You had a bit of honey, you had a bit of sugar. Yeah,
I'm also
it's
not a honey
good.
guy. I'm just not a honey guy.
Oh, okay. Well, you can add like syrups and different flavoring and stuff to like
Like
make it
maple?
better. Yeah, well, probably.
Interesting.
But the reason I bring it up because there was this tea, and what you do is you make it right, you hot tea, and then what you do is when you add like a bit of I think it was lemon, you add like that lemon, and then with the citrus, it actually changes the color of the tea, so it goes from like I think it was a blue to a purple or something like that. It changes color, which was like wild.
Colorful tea?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. I've always been turned off from tea because I made tea for like almost a year straight at Tim's. It was miserable. Although I will
Really?
say there was some weird coffee orders while I was at Tim's. Like the weirdest one I ever had is this lady come in and she wanted 12 sugar.
1 dozen sugar.
She wanted 7 cream and
Yep.
12 sugar. Like it was a quarter, more than a quarter of the cup. It was a large cup was sugar.
Jeez.
And as soon as I heard it, we basically just stirred that thing until she got to the door because that was how long it took to get this mixed.
Oh my gosh.
It was miserable. And then she like took a sip in front. She's like, just how I like it. I was like, yeah, diabetes. You like diabetes? That's what you're gonna get. It was miserable.
Sometimes you gotta sweeten up that life a little bit. You know?
Oh, it was such a test of your forearm strength, bro. You'd be like, ugh, ugh, just like stirring sugar. It was like trying to like, I don't know. What's it like? I don't know. It's like trying to stir Play-Doh. You ever try to stir Play-Doh? It's like trying to stir something that's not meant to be stirred is what it is.
Yeah, I get the idea.
I'm glad you do, because I don't think I do. Anyway,
No,
back to what you were saying. You had potions with your
Oh
uncle.
yeah, no. So we did those like New Year's, and that was really fun to just do a little like New Year's craft. Usually we like play board games or something, but we ended up just doing that, which was kind of cool. And yeah, I mean that was kind of how I spent my holidays.
Ooh.
Yours was away from family, right? So how was that?
Yeah,
Like?
I didn't get to go home, but I did do some Christmassy stuff. Like I hung out with friends.
Oh, okay.
Like the day after Christmas. The day of Christmas, I ended up just streaming, just because it was just what else was I gonna do? But I did get some
Fair
gifts.
enough.
I got a Lego set. If you look, not on this side, this side. He's sitting right there. It's like a Star Wars, one of the tanks.
Nice.
It's really interesting. And then I also got a ukulele. Really excited for that.
Hey.
I started learning Riptide and I started learning I'm Yours.
Now I feel mixed feelings about this because I feel like you judged me a lot.
I
for
did.
My
I still
ukulele.
do. I still will.
But now you have a ukulele.
I got my little sad guitar. Yeah. Well, the only reason I was like interested in it because I've been listening to a lot of Boy with Uke recently, and I was just like, yeah, I could do that. Turns out it's hard, really hard. When you're strumming, what do you use? What finger do you use? Because I was using the back of my finger at first, and then I gave up and started just using my thumb because it was easier.
Yeah, I use both of those.
And
You-
then I
you
just
do
like
not
look
have
at
any
videos.
picks?
I don't want to. I want to get used to not using a pick. Because I
don't
feel
know.
like,
So if you're doing some hard strumming, like a pick is really nice.
well, the reason I got a ukulele is because I want to get like the idea of playing a guitar. But obviously,
idea
like
of
my
playing-
fingers have a hard time playing a guitar because the strings are so like thick
Yeah,
and like hurt.
ukulele's so much nicer because they're plastic strings. They're not.
Yeah,
as
they don't
hard.
hurt as bad. I only just got like a cheap one, but I do one day like want to get like a proper ukulele, like an expensive one, like made of mahogany. This one's just
Oh
plastic.
my gosh.
This one is still expensive though. I got that for Christmas, and then I also got Oh, I technically have one more gift I'm still waiting for because I was waiting for my friend's gift, and like so she didn't give me mine because I didn't give her hers yet.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's just telling back there. I ordered her like a Funko Pop, and then I got it, and like, oh my god, UPS fucked it up. This thing came in, and it was like a spear drove itself through the box and the Funko Pop box. So the box is messed up. Luckily, she's not like a collector. Like she takes them out of the box. So
Okay, so it was the figure fine.
the figure's fine. Yeah, the figure is okay.
Okay.
So I didn't feel too bad after. And then I also got myself some gifts. I got myself another copy of Betrayal. It's the 3rd edition. They
Nice,
changed up a lot of the rules.
Really?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like the haunts are set up in different ways, and there's 3 types of damage you can take now. There's mental, physical, and general. General you can disperse among all of your health. Like you don't have to.
Oh.
It's really interesting. and then like the haunts are set up through scenarios instead of like what's found in which room. Like you start the game off with a scenario like, oh, your whole group came here for paranormal investigation, or you guys were all sent a mysterious invitation.
That's interesting.
And then I also got myself a Secret Hitler because I played that with a couple friends a while back, and I thought it was really fun. So like I'm gonna get this too.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, I think I had a pretty eventful Christmas. We kind of just hung out.
My gifts, I felt a real sense of the duality of man, because I had like a bunch of tools, and then I had like plushes, and I was like,
tools are so useful though. Like you hate them once you get them, but when you need tools, it's just so nice to have them.
Because I think, was it last Christmas I got a set of like pliers, and then this Christmas I got a set of screwdrivers, and I was like, heck yeah.
That's really weird. So
and then
that's really interesting. Like you look at my gifts, and I'm like, yeah, I got some really cool gifts that are really interesting, and you're like, I got the duality of man.
And then I mean, because I've been getting into art recently, so I got like this really like fun art set, which is nice. Look at all those pencils. I didn't even know there was.
Oh, that's so fancy. I'm assuming that was from your sister.
No, it was from my grandparents, which is kind of cool.
That's kind of shocking.
Yeah, no. Lots of fun stuff. I got some other artsy things to try, which is interesting because I've been experimenting with that. Chocolate, which is always good, and of course all kinds of other knickknacks. Oh, also this Triceratops, that's a motorbike, so that's kind of fun.
What a turn. What a drastic turn. I wouldn't say I got any plushies. I mean, I didn't really want plushies. I mostly just wanted Legos. I wanted stuff to do, you know. That's why I like the ukulele and
I'm a man.
And I got stuff where you do things like the ukulele and the Lego set and the board games. I got stuff that you can do. So that was fun.
Yeah, okay. Sounds like a good holiday overall. I mean, what over the holiday? What I went and saw the Wonka movie too. Did you see
Wonka
that?
movie? I did. I really enjoyed it. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for musicals, though. To be fair,
I didn't know it was a musical going in, and I was like, "Oh, this Willy Wonka movie," and then they started singing, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I had a feeling it was gonna be a musical. I didn't. I would have thought it was really weird if they made a Willy Wonka movie and they didn't have any songs in it.
I mean, I guess technically the other ones are, but like I never think of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as a musical, you know?
I don't either. I think of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I just think of the like weird ass scene from the Epic movie. Did you ever watch that?
Maybe, yeah, that sounds.
It's really interesting. It's just like there's like at one point Willy Wonka's just breakdancing, you know? It's really weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that scene. Yeah, you know.
But I thought it was good. I mean, Timothy Chalamet is just a gem. He's great.
He's a good Wonka. I think they did a good casting there.
So the funny part is I only saw most of this movie. I don't know how it ends. I think I was like 15 or 20 minutes away from the ending.
Then what happened?
I saw him get on the boat about to leave, and then he was coming back, and then the whole thing. What happened was the entire town's power shut off.
While you were at the theaters?
I was watching this in theater. Yeah, I was watching this in theaters, and then like everything just went dark, and then there was like me, a couple, and then a family of 3 also in the theater. There wasn't a lot of people. And then the dad from the family of 3 went outside and then came back, and he's like, "Yeah, so everyone left." And then we're like, "Oh, okay."
Even
so
like the theater staff?
Well, there was one lady from the theater staff in the lobby handing out free tickets because our movie got cut off.
That's fair, yeah.
And then so we got a free ticket, and then I was like, "So like, what happened?" And then she was like, "I don't know, the entire town's power was off." And it was. All the stoplights weren't working. Everything was just dead in town.
Oh my god, no stoplights? That's terrifying.
I know. I tried to go the back way home because I didn't want to deal with traffic lights on a highway with no power. That just
I would not want to try that. That sounds miserable. Yeah, especially since like the highways are just like home to all the big rigs and everything.
Yeah.
And they just drive like they own the road.
And so I got home, and then I just like lit a candle and sat next to it reading a book, and I'm like, well, I wonder when the lights will be back on. It was rough too because that was we were supposed to have our staff Christmas party that night, and I was like, are we gonna have power for that? Luckily it came on like an hour before the party was supposed to happen, so that still happened, and it was a play we got to go see called The Butler Did It, which was kind of fun.
Ooh, I've never been to a play. That's one thing I've always been fascinated by is like theater. I'm like one of those guys where I just like look at something and I'm like, yeah, I could do that.
Well, so the fun part about this play too is because it's local theater. So like, you actually can. They do auditions like every so often, and then you can just like try and you know be one of the next stars in local theater.
If I ever if I ever go into theater, I want to do musical theater. I think that'd be fun.
I mean, well, yeah, singing's good. Do you have like any go-to musicals where you're like, I could sing that? What would be your showcase song? Is what I'm asking.
Ooh, Greatest Showman for sure.
Like, what Other Side or like
I think
Greatest
Other
Show?
Side, or I do also like the Greatest Show. I like that one. I just
Yeah,
don't think I could belt it out as well as they do though. That's why I think Other Side. I think Other Side's very like neutral, you know.
that's fair. That's fair. What is it? You'll Be Back from Hamilton. You know the one the King sings. You heard
I
that
still
one?
haven't watched that.
You haven't watched Hamilton? Oh my gosh.
No, I one of his other musicals I really like though. It's called In the Heights. I really like that one.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I really love it. It's such a good. The songs are so good. I never watched like the original one. I just watched like the movie adaptation that they did. I think the
Yeah.
songs are really good. I remember I had like a obsession with it for like a month. Now I just watch it every once in a while.
I mean, what? Because Hamilton kickstarted Lin-Manuel Miranda. Now he's like in everything. They put him in my Nemo. You know, he's everywhere.
He's in Nemo.
He's in the new Nemo. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Little Mermaid. They're
Yeah, I was
two
gonna
fish
say
movies.
there's no new Nemo.
The new Nemo movie.
Who are they finding now?
No, I was thinking of Little Mermaid. They're both fish movies. I got confused.
That's fair. I heard the Little Mermaid was just like not good.
Really?
Well, I
don't
don't
know.
think
I
it was
thought
not good. I never watched it. I heard it was received poorly. Is what I mean.
I mean, I feel like that's most of the Disney live action, you know, because it's like,
It just seems like a
why?
cash grab to me.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. You feel like Little Mermaid, you'll like it, but you know.
But I also think people are very hypocritical. They're like, "Ah, live action versions of Disney movies, get out of here, boo, boo!" And then you hear announced later, "Oh, new live action Avatar's coming out," and they're like, "Yeah, whoa, yes!" And I'm like, "Come on, you just like it because it's Avatar, and you just want to be mad at Disney."
I think people are just starved for Avatar content. Like, what was the last thing we had? You know, Korra. When that ended like a while ago.
Korra, but they're doing a bunch of stuff with the last Airbender though.
I don't know. It's been a
Like they're
while.
doing the live action movie. They're starting a third series where the Avatar is an Earthbender now, because that's how the cycle goes. And then they're doing I'm pretty sure they're doing a Zorro spinoff as well.
Hmm.
Like they're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff.
Okay. It seems like the series isn't dead then.
Yeah. I don't know when they're happening, but I know they're happening. I don't know. I try
Yeah,
and
that's
watch The
fair.
Last Airbender and like it just feels too much like a cartoon. People are like, "Oh, the story's so good," and I'm just like, "This just feels like cartoon shenanigans."
Wait, you've never watched it like the full thing?
No, I've gotten like halfway through the first season. That's it.
Oh, oh no. Yeah, no. You gotta stick with it because it gets good.
I'll definitely try to. I'll try.
That's
That's
fair.
all I can promise.
Well, hey, maybe if the live action's good, you know, it'll like get you into it.
Maybe we'll see. Is there any other new things you've been watching recently? One thing I really want to watch is The Boy and the Heron. That seems really interesting.
I've heard that's good. What the cast
The cast is
like
crazy
wild.
because none of the people they casted sound like the people they casted. Like Robert Patterson. Oh my god, he did so good. I was crazy when I found out later that it was Robert Patterson. I'm like, damn, really? That's cool.
I had the option to go see it in theaters, but it was kind of stupid because they only had the like Japanese version with the subtitles, which is fine. But I wanted to hear Robert Pattinson, so I was like, "Well, why would I go watch this one? I want to see that guy."
Yeah, I might just wait till it comes out. I'm sure it'll come out on Crunchyroll or something. I don't know. I don't know if it will because it's very like Hollywood, you know? Like it's not like anime.
It might be on Netflix or something, you know.
Yeah, maybe. I'd probably have to wait. It's technically still in theaters for me, so I could go watch it. I just haven't had the opportunity yet. Plus I'm starting classes tomorrow, so who knows if I'll even have time to at any point.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Other than that though, those are the only things I've been really looking forward to watching. I don't know, I feel like
Yeah,
movies
that's
have been
fair.
stale recently.
It's hit or miss. I mean, I go see one every week for work, so I mean, some are better than others. What I just watched that new Illumination one, Migration. You heard
How was
anything
that?
about that one?
I heard about it, yeah.
It was pretty good. I went and saw it with some friends, and they were like, "Ugh, it's just a typical road trip movie." And I was like, "Yeah, but it was like fun, right?" And
I
they're
don't know.
like, "Yeah, yeah, it
I'm
was
very
fun."
easy to please when it comes to movies. Just
I think I am too.
give me like a snappy story with some cool funny jokes in there. That's cool. Like the only movies I've ever been truly disappointed with that I can think of off the top of my head is probably just the Batman versus Superman movie.
um, yeah, that one wasn't good.
It was
I
just too
remember.
slow. It was just like a lot of build up for like a 5 minute fight.
Did you ever watch Blue Beetle when that came
Yeah,
out?
I really liked it.
Really? Okay. I don't know. I didn't think it was great.
I didn't hate it, but I also like didn't I didn't necessarily like love it, you know? It's just like a movie. Like I
Nah.
said, I'm easy to please. It's just like, yeah, it's good.
I don't know. That one really stuck out to me because he had this whole superhero thing where he's like, I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm not going to hurt anybody. And then, like, his family gets a hold of the weapons and they're just, like, stabbing people
Yeah,
and
they're just
shooting
shooting
them.
the shit out of people.
And I'm like, what the hell happened? I feel like there was a big disconnect in a lot of the
Dude, the
movie. And I
grandma
was
was a
like,
cold-blooded murderer, bro. She's just gunning
yeah.
people. She's just gunning people down, bro.
And I feel like too, they just missed a lot of opportunities because like I like the character of Blue Beetle, like I'd known him before the movie, and like his whole thing is he can create anything with his suit, and then he created like a sword and a gun that doesn't hurt people, and I was like, lame. What do you? You can do so much.
I don't know. I did also kind of enjoy it because it's like the start of the new universe that they're creating, and I'm hoping it goes well. Like I'm hoping this is just like it's just like it was like a superhero movie for kids, you know? It's just like a really interesting thing.
Yeah, I
It's just like,
guess it
look,
was
mom, the
fine.
grandma's got a Gatling gun, you know? Like,
It was okay. It was fine. I don't know. What is it? That Robert Pattinson Batman movie. Now that was.
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched that one? That one was actually
It
good.
just didn't interest me.
What, Batman?
I never was a fan of the Batman movies.
He's a man who's a bat and he solves crimes.
I think he's just done a lot better animated than he is in person.
You didn't like him as Edward Cullen?
Oh, he's great. I love him as Edward Cullen. He's so good.
Okay, Robert Pattinson, good as a bird, good as a vampire, not good as a bat.
Not as a bat, no. No. He could do better. I think he didn't try hard enough.
Really? He was like so emo. He was emo to the max in that movie.
The trailer just didn't seem interesting. Also, he's like apparently he's not going to be like the main Batman.
No, it's its own universe
Like as
thing.
from what I heard, I think he's in the same universe as like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that might be interesting.
I mean, I watched that new Flash movie where they, reset the universe
Oh, I
and
heard that was
tried everything.
awful.
It wasn't good.
I heard it was awful. I maybe like I was excited to watch it, and now I just don't want to.
Well, especially because like all the stuff with Ezra Miller, it's like it's not good.
Listen,
Um,
he just has a hard time, you know. He's got it rough. No, he did some terrible shit. No, he
and it
did
was
some
like
terrible
so
stuff.
weird, like knowing that, and then like seeing him on the screen, and I'm like, ugh.
Like, you could tell, like they were just like, we just need to get through this last movie, and then we can get rid of him, and then he's gone
Well,
forever.
so the worst part is, I mean, the movie ends, and you're like, oh, so they're just gonna like reset everything, and the Flash is gonna be reset, everything will be. No, he's still around. Like his character's still there, and I'm like,
Oh
what?
god.
I thought they were gonna get rid of him.
Well, the whole point is the reboot is it's like clean slate. It washes away everything, is what it is. So they might not necessarily have him as a character at the end.
No, but he was. He was.
Well, it's also weird too, because like the way they're trying to set up like the way they did the New 52, which is like the reason that happened is because it was because of the Flash. He was the only character that stuck around, is because he's the one who broke it.
Yeah, so like I get it, but like it's just like get him
I
out
don't
of
know.
there.
Maybe they'll kill him off. We'll see. Maybe
I hope
they'll
so.
kill him off, and they'll be like, "Hey, Wally West is here. You know, new Flash."
He's back.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah. What was that new Marvel film I saw too?
The
Oh,
Marvels.
the Marvels.
Was that good? I really wanted to watch it.
It was fun. The problem with that one was you had to do homework.
Yeah, I heard.
I was not ready for that. So like the friend I went and saw it with, he was like, "Oh, I get what's happening," and I'm like, "Who are these characters?" And he's like, "Oh, you didn't watch this TV series, this TV series, and this TV series," and I'm like, "No."
Yeah, you only had to watch 2 full TV series to know what was happening. You know.
Well, okay, so it was you had to watch Miss Marvel, you had to watch WandaVision, and then I think you should have watched Secret War or Secret Invasion. And then it talked about like the scrolls or whatever it
Oh yeah,
was.
I didn't watch Secret Invasion.
Yeah. So there was those three that I think were important. I mean, like I got most of what was happening in the movie. There was one scene though where everyone was really sad because this one character did a thing, and I was like, why is everyone sad? And then, even my friend was crying and I'm like, I don't get it.
I'm actually in the middle right now of going through the whole timeline. Like I'm
Oh
watching
my
through
god.
all the movies like in the order. It's
Mm.
really interesting to see.
I mean, I think the movies are fun. Once you start getting into the TV series, I feel like it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, it'll be a lot. Right now I'm only on to like I'm on to Guardians of the Galaxy 2 right now.
Okay, well, that one's good. Did you see the third one?
Yeah, I did. I
The third
did.
one was I think the second one was fine. The third one was like really good.
I think the third one was good for like a reunion type movie, but for like just a movie in general, it was kind of slow.
Really? Okay. Do you like like I think the first one's still just the best.
Yeah, I think that the first one was the best. I watched it recently and I forgot how much I like genuinely enjoyed that movie. I was like, it was also like the first time they like tried to make like a funny Marvel movie, you know,
Mm-hmm.
where like the characters weren't just like these perfect heroes that are like ready to fight bad guys all these times. It's just these like group of people who just got like forced to save the world, you know, and they're just trying to live their lives. Not even that, they're just trying to make money. Like they're just all criminals, and I think that's really funny.
The problem was Marvel saw that it did well, and then they were like, "Oh, let's just keep doing that." And
Yeah,
then
no, so it
everyone-
wasn't even Guardians of the Galaxy that caused it. It was Thor Ragnarok that did that.
That's fair. That's
Because
fair.
Thor Ragnarok, they did that perfectly. I think they had the good amount of balance and action and story. I think that one was done great. It was when they tried to keep doing that with every other movie after was the problem. Like if you had the same director, then yeah, sure, it could probably work. But the problem is you were trying to do the same thing with multiple directors who had multiple different takes on it. It's just like, ugh, you know, it just became drawn out after.
Yeah.
Oh,
fair
and
enough.
She-Hulk. Oh, She-Hulk. Oh my god.
Did you watch that?
I couldn't. I stopped halfway through. I just couldn't.
Oh no, I heard stuff. I never watched it.
The problem wasn't that it wasn't because people think everybody hated it just because like they were trying to like empower women and just like only focus on this women stuff, and it's just like no, it just wasn't a good show. Because like they were trying to do what they did with Deadpool is what it was, because technically she is another one of the characters who can break the fourth wall.
Yeah, but they didn't do it good.
Yeah, it's really dumb. And then like another part that really bothered everybody was when she went on like a rant. It was just like do you think you have it rough, Mr. Incredible Hulk? Do you ever feel scared to walk down the street as a woman? And it's like, do you know like he got stuck in a scientific experiment gone wrong, and now whenever he gets mad he kills people and murders everyone? But no, you have it rough. You have it rough, right? You're right. I'm sorry.
Yikes.
Yeah. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you want to do a take on that in the show, go for it. But just like, don't compare it to like some guy who has like years of traumatic experience as a character, you know? Like, compare it to somebody who's just like a normal person.
So
I I think they were just trying to make something that like hit really hard, but they just did it the wrong way.
yeah.
Which, you know, everybody misses at least once in their life, you know?
Sometimes a little more than once, but you know how it is.
It's fine. But, you know, they got new shows coming out. I'm excited for that. Oh, the Percy Jackson show. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it.
Have you started watching it?
I did, and I had to stop.
Okay, I haven't yet because I want to wait till there's more than just 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's the reason I stopped. I watched the first 2 episodes, and then I was like, I'll wait till the rest come out. But, oh.
Is it good?
I don't hate it because I'm such a Percy Jackson nerd, but at the same time, like, the problem is the children.
What? The actors?
Yeah, it's very... They just don't show any emotion for some reason. It's so weird.
I am Percy Jackson.
And, like, yeah, he's just so motionless. Like, he watched his mom die, and he's just like, okay, I'll kill the Minotaur now. like, what the fuck? That's so random. Oh,
Well, he's dealing with a lot in here. So really, when you think about it.
I just feel like there's not enough emotion being shown. Don't get me wrong, it's the first 2 episodes. There's still 6 more to come out. It could get better. And it just feels like they're not like putting enough emphasis on like the gravity of like the situation, like when they're getting chased by the Minotaur, they're also just like they're just having a normal conversation in the car. They're literally being chased by a monster and they're just having a normal conversation in the car. Like they're just not emoting properly, and it really bothers me.
I mean, of course the books are the best, but comparing this to like the movie.
Yeah. To the movie, I think as of right now, the movie is still the better portrayal.
Interesting. I've heard some people say the show is like way better, but
The show is a lot closer to the books, I will say that.
mm.
But you should have took the time to hire better actors.
Ooh, wow.
Not just to hire this kid just because he sounds like Deadpool, like I don't know. It's just weird. I'm hoping it gets better. I'm still gonna watch all of it, and I'm still probably gonna rewatch it after that in hopes that I can learn to love it. I just wish they'd emote properly, and I just see like people on the internet being like, "Oh, this is so good. This is the best portrayal," and I'm just like, "Do we watch the same thing?" And they also just like changed some things that I think were really unnecessary. Like the mom, they turned her instead of like this person who's just like sucking up with this stepfather guy to protect her son to like an empowered mom who seems like she actually enjoys being in this relationship or something. It's really weird.
Oh, yeah, that was a plot point.
Yeah, it was a whole point of a character. They're like, oh, they do it to show that she's a strong woman and everything. And I'm like, no, but she is already. Like, if you read the books, she's already strong because she's putting up with all of this shitty relationship, this shitty life, so that she can protect her son. And then she fucking kills the guy in the end anyway. So what does it matter? I don't know. I feel like there's just unnecessary changes, and she also just like info dumps him out of nowhere. It also feels like it's going by really fast. Like for the first
they
two
only have what, 8 episodes?
Well, that's the thing though, is like if you compare it to like other books that had like the same like they had like the same like someone compared it to like another book, I think it was like Game of Thrones. It had the same page count and like close to the same chapter count. And they were able to like space it out enough from the books than the show to like keep it like similar. Whereas like with Percy Jackson, like so far, like they've jumped through like if I think of the first 2 episodes and how much info they dumped into the first 2 episodes, it was like 9 chapters worth of the book. And this book has let me see, this book has 22.
Well, once you speed through the book, then you have time for filler episodes, like the beach episode, and then they can just have some fun,
Those are children. I guess it's the same with anime, though. It's usually children. It's usually children for the beach episode. We are coming up on...
Every show is a filler episode.
My whole life is a filler episode, bro. I need to get back to the story. I've been on this for too long. Yeah, we are coming up on 30 minutes. Is there any final remarks you want to make?
Did you stop by any of the sales after, like Boxing Day sales?
I wanted to, but I think it's just like it came out to the point where I just didn't have any more money after buying all my gifts and like doing all these things, I definitely looked at them and I was like, that'd be cool.
I went to some of the malls afterwards, and I'm glad I didn't go like right on Boxing Day because like West Edmonton Mall apparently was like really insane on Boxing Day, and like I was talking to some of the like tellers afterwards, and they were like, it was crazy. Like there were people like just lining the walls, like it was like insane.
Edmontonians go crazy. I remember one time I went there on Boxing Day, and like we could not find a seat in the cafeteria. It wasn't possible.
I mean, like, we were trying to eat, like, one of those Korean hot dogs. You know how they have, like, those deep-fried hot dogs on a stick things?
Mm-hmm.
And so we were well, my family, we each got one, and we were, like, trying to find somewhere to sit. And then there was, like, this, like, bench place and, like, this really long bench against the wall, but it was, like, all full of people. So then we just kind of, like, one person left, and then one of my family members sat down, and then, like, kind of scooted over to make room, and then, like, another person left, and we kind of, like, scooted over, and then eventually, like, filled in with our family on this bench. Like, we had to, like, shuffle over to, like, find us somewhere to sit. It was crazy.
I did go to a Kohl's because I was like, maybe there's some manga on sale, because I have seen the manga go on sale before. And I talked to the lady. He was like, hey, is there any... Because this was before Boxing Day, I think. And I was just like, is any of the manga or anything going on sale for Boxing Day? She's like, no, our manga usually never goes on sale. And I was just like, why not? She said it was a lot better to just sign up for their rewards plan and then just order it online.
Yeah. Speaking of bookstores, so I was looking for the next Spy Family volume, and I went to the bookstore, and I was like, I can't find it on the shelf anywhere. And then like this random lady was just like, oh, you're looking for Spy Family? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, it's over here in like the like what young readers section. And I was like, what? All right. So I go over there, and then she's also there again, and she's like, well, here it is, and then hands me the Spy Family book, and I'm like, okay, thank you. And then the best part was she didn't even work there. Like, this was just another customer who helped me find where this book was.
You just like turned around and she disappeared. She was never there.
Basically, she was just like a ghost that helped me find Spy Family. I don't get it.
That's interesting. I like that. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Oh. I think we had a productive day. We should be back probably in 2 weeks. We do have the third episode still. I haven't decided if I want to post it yet because I didn't want to post it, but then it'll switch up the count on like the Spotify and the YouTube version, you know?
That's true.
Maybe we'll just keep it. Maybe when we get bigger, we'll be like the lost episode that was never released. We'll see, you know. I do have like this pipe dream where we like one day we just like set up a Patreon and all that, and then we have like bonus episodes and things like that. I have a pipe dream of that.
That's fair.
It just means I have to get my shit together and start editing more, like, you know. We'll hire an intern.
Do more interesting things like parkour and explore locked off locations. You know how it is.
That requires us to live in the same place. I feel like we'd be willing to do a lot more interesting things if we were closer together, you know?
I'll just have you on FaceTime the whole time.
Yeah, watch FaceTime while you parkour. That'd be great.
Yeah. Look at this flip, and then I spin the camera.
I do want to do like I want to go to like a boxing gym. I've always wanted to. It seems fun.
That's fair. I feel like I'm gonna get hurt though.
I just want to be able to punch the ball really fast.
Can't you just do that in an arcade?
Well, there's no balls around here. No, those ones are just the one punch. I want to do the one where it like goes back and forth, like you know.
That's fair.
If I do that at the other one, they might just throw me out. They're like, hey, stop playing with our balls for the other customers. What are you doing? Like, oh, look at me. Oh, yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks, probably.
Bye.
Bye.